Hey guys, Jimmy, and today, as you can see, we are back on the tier list website because we're doing another tier list, yay! Because most people have been just asking me to make another one also since the meta now has been like defined. Also, my last tier list I made was basically when the Ferroglyph came out and also like the totem stuff came out, so also it's like a new meta. No one really knew where everything was, and also as you can tell, this is what I actually made on this one. Like Obsidian's all the way down here. I thought that because small things got rejuvenate and can actually heal, has a more sustainable healing rather than just putting yourself to sleep for a few turns and not doing anything. I thought Obsidian might have fallen. No, we'll get into that. Okay, so let's reset. So I should mention that also I have used basically every single Loomian now for PvP, but I don't really use all of them a lot. For example, like I don't really use Florent, I don't really use Gastro, I don't really use Valkyrie, so obviously some I'm probably gonna like misplace, to be honest. Also, there should be an F under this one as well. So I will say I am probably gonna like put some like in the wrong spot, okay? So don't attack me for it, please. But yeah, this is also like gonna be like mostly opinion based, but I think a lot of people would agree for the majority of the Loomians, okay? So I guess we'll start off at the very top S+ tier, which is obviously gonna be Luminami and Obsidian. So yeah, I put Obsidian like down here somewhere. No, Obsidian is actually S+. It is disgustingly good. And Totem's actually just made it way better. Like, oh yeah, sure, things can hit harder, but Obsidian just puts it all into very clever, and that's it. Where's Luminami? There you are. So yeah, Luminami, I'd definitely put S tier as well. I'm not really too sure who would be better. I would personally say Luminami would be better than Obsidian on most teams, but if you haven't got anything to take out Obsidian, like, it's dead. You can basically run anything to KO Luminami. It's just tanky, and it can just get more health back, but Obsidian can just set up in your face, and you can't really do anything about it unless you bring something dedicated to beat it. So yeah, I definitely say low to our S+ tier. Trumbull, I would probably say is going to be the S tier, where I'm trying to figure out where Trumbull is. Why is it not in order? When I uploaded these, I definitely put them in order. There you are. Nice. Okay, I definitely would say Trumbull is S tier. It's still one of the best Loomians in the game. Battlehorn also did get a nerf, but it's still really, really good. I mean, you basically Battlehorn. You don't really need the secret ability, because it only really boosts Mega Chomp, so some people, like myself, because I was kind of lazy to go for it. Actually, no, I think I actually did get the secret ability. But basically, you can just get the one of the normal abilities, I guess, just to make Battlehorn a bit cheaper, but the secret ability, I guess, is good for Mega Chomp. But yeah, Trumbull's still really, really good. So, very good. Very, very, very good. And I guess actually Bark. I'm tempted to put Bark in A, but I'm actually going to put Bark in S. I think Bark is just stupidly good, really, to like not bring on most teams. Like, if you haven't got anything to do with Bark also just sweeps because of how hard it is. It's like, I guess you could chip it down like with just quicker Loomies, but Bark like is just a little bit like above like the speed tier right now. Also like the speed tier for most Loomians right now is like 60 to 65, and Bark I think is just outside of that, so he gets a little bit more freedom to run with its speed, I guess. So yeah, just hits stupidly hard. Also boasts. There's not that many Loomians that can actually decrease, like, stop its boast. It's like Tabb. I don't really see Tattabs that much though, but they're becoming a little bit more common. Yusor is like one of the only Loomians that I've actually seen consistently that can decrease Barok's melee attack. Oh, and Trumbull obviously as well, but again, I don't really see Trumbull's that much. And the only other thing that can decrease Barok is it's another Barok. But yeah, I guess I should actually mention the only other Loomian that can actually, I guess, decrease it in some way is Ait's Urasol. I'm pretty sure he's the only one that I've actually seen run a secret ability Urasol. So that's like the only way to really like tank a hit. Like, also, a Florent can come in on an Earthquake, but nothing really wants to come in on a Barok, to be honest. Like, even Obsidian doesn't even want to come on like a +1 Barok before it's got boosted. Because Earthquake or, well, I run also Typeless item, which probably isn't a smart idea, but I don't really know what else item to run on it. So, yeah, I mean, it just does a lot of damage to basically everything, and also having Earth and the Typeless typing, nothing can really tank it, really. I guess the only Loomian I can actually think of right now that can actually tank it decently is like Himber and Ventation. Obsidian a little bit, obviously, but like I said, if it's already got some resilience boost, then yeah, but if it hasn't, it's still gonna chunk a lot of health. And other than that, I guess it's just secret ability or so. That's basically it. So that is the top 2 tiers. Okay, then let's go down to the bottom tier list. Okay, so I'm gonna obviously put Volcaloa down here when I find it. There you are. Volcaloa, it's not really worth using. It's probably the worst ancient type and fire type. And even if you do want to use it, there are better ancient types like Zulong and obviously your boy Obsidian, and there's just better fire types. I mean, there's a lot of fire types in the game, so it's got a lot of competition. Like, yeah, it's quick, but it hasn't really got like a really good fire type move yet, so it's kind of like down in F tier for right now. Might get a buff like sometime in the future, I'm not really too sure, but we'll think about it, okay? I'm also going to put Luxor down here. Again, Luxor could be like either in F or E, but I'm just going to put it down in F. It can actually do some pretty good work, but also with the Eclipse and the plant types just being immune to it, it's got a lot of competition. Oh, it's got a lot of like hard counters, and it only has light type moves, so it can't really do anything about them. So yeah, although in the next update, obviously for Luxor and Umbra, their secret abilities will allow them to bypass Eclipse's secret ability, which I think it would actually bring them back fairly high in the metagame. Like, not super high, like S and S+, but I think like D, C, and B maybe for Umbra and Luxor. Probably mostly Umbra, to be honest, because they can actually take a couple of hits. Luxor really can't, but we'll see, because I feel like that'll be pretty good. And Luxor, also again, with its super Raging Tackle, that's a light type move, can also beat Obsidian, so I think that buff will actually be really nice just to bypass the Eclipse, because it gets to hit Eclipse for free, and it can actually, if it uses Gloomfang, well actually Gloomfangs and Luminous Raw, it can actually prevent Eclipse from using Luminous Raw for a couple of turns. So yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. So there's that. Anyway, Umbra, I'm gonna put in E again. I think these 3 are just gonna still be down here. Although for Cinemoth, I want to put it in D. So I'm actually going to. I feel like Cinemoth is a little bit better than these 3. I think in the last one I put it actually down in F tier. I don't think it's really down in F tier. I don't think it's a great Loomian, but I mean, it can hit some things for like hard, and it has Gust, but I'm leaning more towards like higher E tier. So for now, I'll put in like E tier, okay? But I think it might be D tier. Okay, then, so there's like the worst and the best. Now to try and figure out where everything goes in the middle, which I think for A tier, I'm going to stick Ikazune in there. I think Ikazune is definitely underrated by a lot of people. Ikazune is super, super good. It's like the speed tier, again, pretty good. It's like just above what most things are running. It can nuke things. It has a fire immunity, so it can come and get a lot of its energy back, so it doesn't have to worry about that too much. You can, if you have the secret ability one, it's not really worth running right now because you don't really see that many electric type moves. Maybe in the future that would actually be really, really good. It's got great moves now. Energize, Thunder Strike, Electro Burst is going to get a buff. We'll think about that. Fire Breath. It has Tase if you want to run Tase, but it's got Flash and Flee, which is one of the greatest moves right now, especially for Ikazune. Again, Flash and Flee will get a nerf, or I guess a buff to its energy cost. It'll be a bit cheaper. But yeah, I mean, Ikazune, since it has so much energy, right now it's actually fairly comfortable to run it. So yeah, really, really good in my opinion. And I'm actually going to put Ferroglyph up here as well. I want to put Sorchi up there, to be honest, but I'm more leaning towards putting Sorchi in B, but I think Ferroglyph is like about the same as Sorchi. Again, Sorchi and Ferroglyph are very similar, just that Sorchi obviously can hit a lot harder than Ferroglyph, but Ferroglyph is a lot quicker than Sorchi, so do you want speed or attack? I'm going to put Ferroglyph up in here, though, because it doesn't really have that many counters. Like, oh, you've got, I mean, also for Sorchi's got a few counters, Metal, like Theronite, also they can slap down it, but then Ferroglyph actually has Boulder Blast, so it can just take out Theronite, so it doesn't have to worry about it. So I think I'm going to put Ferroglyph in the same tier as Ikazune, to be honest, although also that doesn't mean Sorchi is bad, it just means that personally, for me, using Ferroglyph and seeing people use Ferroglyph, not that many, because obviously it's really rare, but I think Ferroglyph is really, really good. Anyway, next up, what should I do next? I guess we should probably do the starters, to be honest. We're just kind of like going by tiers. Let's do the starters, okay? So, Theronite, again, I think is actually really, really good. I want to put in B tier, low. Maybe A, but I'm leaning more towards B. Valkyrie, I think we can put Valkyrie. I'm going to put Valkyrie in D, okay? I think Valkyrie right now is like the worst starter to pick. Although, obviously, that could change. Like I said, it doesn't have a metal range move. It hasn't got like any good like setup moves. Secret ability is good, but not a lot of things can decrease its stats right now. So yeah, and you have to have your opponent decrease them for you. So yeah, I think Valkyrie will be pretty good once it gets like a bit more moves. But like I said, right now every yellow starter gets a good stab move. Valkyrie's like only gets one of them, which is Gamma Pulse and Luster Loot, I guess, but no metal move yet. So for now, I'm putting Valkyrie down fairly low. This might be a bit too low, but I think it should be fairly low. Next up plan I'm going to do is Tabb. I think Tabb's still great. Tabb's always been great, like, since it came out, to be honest. Tabb just hits so hard and it's so quick. It doesn't really need to worry about speeds tiers, to be honest, that much. Like, the only thing that outspeeds it is Ferroglyph and Dusket, to be honest, which I don't think I really have to worry about too much, because also you're not going to stain on them. But again, it just nukes so hard, especially Jungle Jutsu, which is going to get a nerf. It's going to either lose its critical hit or its flinch. I'm not really too sure which one yet, but also having both of them is a little bit kind of broken, so I'm going to remove one of them. At least I think it's kind of broken. We'll see. If it's like maybe later in the game, we could get it back, but we'll see. Okay, we'll see. Next up plan, I'm going to put in... Ooh, I think I'm going to put in Vesperato. I think Vesperato is also like a B. It's just, again, really, really good at just walling things. Also, it's like got to worry about like Terrafly and stuff like that. But as you can tell, most Loomians I'm going to put in right now are probably going to be like B, C, or D tier, to be honest. I could probably do with like another slot, to be honest, but oh well. So yeah, I'm definitely going to put Vesperato in B tier. Himber, I think is still really, really good. I'm leaning towards B, but I'm going to put it in C for now. I think Himber is still really, really good though. Also, it has to worry about like its health regain because it hasn't got anything. It's like one of the only tanks right now in the game that doesn't have anything to heal itself with. Maybe later, maybe not. I mean, it can hit pretty hard as well, and it can take a few hits. So I think C is like a fairly good spot to put it. And I'm also going to put, I think actually there's only Zulong left, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, Zulong, which I want to put in B. Also, I love Zulong, but I'm trying to like not be biased. I would probably say like a very low B or very high C. And not to say like Zulong's bad, but it's just like, you don't really need a Zulong on your team. Like, you have to basically save it for late game, and then it sweeps late game when everything's on low health. So it's very like, like there's some little Loomians that can also hit handling Zulong, and also can like just speed creep the metagame right now. So I'm gonna put it in like low B, but I still think it's like still pretty good. But I feel like most people don't really use it really right now anyway. So I think that's like fair. I kind of put like Serenite up another level, but I'm gonna put it in B for now. I think that's still fine. Because I feel like nothing else is gonna go into S+ or S tier. Maybe something else could go into A, but I think most of it's gonna fall into B to D, to be honest. So then, next up, let's think about this. I think Eclipse is probably an A, to be honest. Eclipse is just really good. Again, super quick, can hit super hard. It has Scapegoat, he can set up. It has Luminous Raw, which can hit everything except from like 2 types. It has Raging Tackle to hit lows like can't. So I mean, it's just so good. Also, there are some things that can actually beat it, but it's just like all of the immunities, just also having Spirit and then also Dark and Light that boost it. It's too good not to really like be threatened by it. So I mean, I'm gonna put in A, to be honest. It's just too good like to not really want it on your team if you haven't already. Wiki, I'm gonna put down in D tier as well as Gastro. Maybe like low C, but actually maybe Gastro's like low C compared to like Wiki. I don't think Wiki is that amazing. Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna actually put Muchun. I want to put Muchun in actually in A as well, but I'm not too sure if I want to be like that generous with it, because it hits very hard. There's like, it hits harder than Ikazune, which is like terrifying. Speed is a little bit slower than Ikazune low, and the typing is pure type plus. If I was making this tier list before, or if the type plus nerf didn't come to effect, I'd probably put it in S or A, to be honest. But I think now I want to put in like very top B, because it can nuke, Obsidian's like one of the few things that doesn't really care about its defenses. It just slaps it. Also, like having a slap down Loomian to like remove its heavy armor or a heavy shield even would be pretty nice. But I think Mooching is stupidly good still, and no one really runs it that much, to be honest. But then again, there are a lot of Loomians like now also that can like deal with it. Like I'm pretty sure Desperado can deal with it now because also it spirit resists Type Plus. So I think it's good. I think it's just like a little bit too much right now that can actually like I guess stop it. But yeah, once those are gone, it's basically free to run rampant. It's just like, again, its speed tier is like mixing in with everything else, so it basically has to like speed creep something or has to like buff its defenses a lot, which also its melee defense sucks. And that's like a lot of attackers right now are melee attackers. Okay, Dusky I'm going to put in high B tier as well. I think Dusky and Ikazune are very close to each other, but I feel like Ikazune is just better. The only thing that Dusky can really do right now, also, it has Final Ruse, which is annoying. I don't think anyone really runs it right now. Some people do, some people don't. But I think the reason why people run Dusky now is mostly for the Hypnotize and the Oppress, but also the secret ability. Yeah, that hits hard. But other than that, I don't really see it being that great. Especially with like Usol, and actually now Revenine outspeeds it, and also they both get priority, so I don't know, I think that is a little bit too much that actually beats Dusky, although still the Great Loomian I'm going to put in pretty high B low, because I still think it's pretty good, and pretty annoying. Let me think about the next one. I guess we'll actually do Usol since I talked about it. I think Usol's actually A tier as well. Like, I haven't really seen anyone run the secret ability one. I've only really seen Ait run it. I don't know if anyone else actually runs it, but the secret ability one, I've only seen, like I said, only Ait run it, and it's really, really good, to be honest. Most people just run the Sharp Claws, Power Cuffs, and then just priority one, and also go slap down and chase down. If you're in tournaments, I guess, like Sharp, and I don't really know else you want to run on it. But yeah, Yusol just hit super hard, and it can be a really good tank. I mean, it was pretty good against Barak whenever he used it against me, so yeah, I'd say Yusol's definitely like an A tier, like, or like a very, very high B, or very low A, but still really, really good. Eliguana, I'm going to put in low C tier. I think Eliguana itself is great, it's just that right now in the meta game, electric types aren't that great, light types, you have Eclipse, so why would you need another light type, I guess, so that's basically my thoughts on it. Oh, actually, yeah, it has to like compete with Eclipse and Luminami for like a light type. Actually, Eclipse might be S tier, but I'm gonna put it in like A tier for now. But yeah, Eliguana, it's just got competition really. I don't think it's good. It's a good Loomian, but right now I'd say it's only really worth using in doubles for lightning rods, and that's really it, to be honest. Okay, that might be a little bit harsh. I might be a little bit harsh on it. Okay, actually I'll put Gastro below it. Hillen. Ventation. I actually don't think Ventation's that good. I would actually put it in D tier, but some people have actually used it against me recently, and it seems to do a lot of work. I'm going to put it in like fairly high up in C tier. Again, might be a little bit harsh on it because I don't use it myself. I don't really like Ventation that much, but Ventation tanks a lot of hits. Again, it's like one of the only Looms that can tank a Barak, but it doesn't really have like the greatest healing, but it can, I guess, can deal with it. So I mean, that's one thing. And if you get a burn on the Barak, then it's basically just easy. I mean, it doesn't really do that much anymore. So yeah, I think that would be pretty good to just put there. Again, might be a little bit harsh on this one, but I don't really use it myself. I've only really seen it a couple of times. Next up, I guess we'll do Sedimaz. I'm going to put Sedimaz in A tier as well. Sedimaz is still great. Maybe B, but I think Sedimaz is still great, but Barak just outclasses it right now, I guess. Because honestly, for Sedimaz, you have to run the one ability that also... it's basically Hustle. I forgot what... I think it's Hasty in this game. So basically, you throw it out into the field. You have to get a sharp enough before you attack. Otherwise, you have 80% accuracy on all of your moves that are 100% accuracy, like Raging Tackle and Earthquake. And I think actually people run Blaze Jump on it now, which I think is 95% accuracy. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, you have to set it up for it to actually start doing something. For Barak, you send it out. If it's not a Loomian that can decrease your melee attack, which by the way is only like 3 of them, like I said before, Barak just can start sweeping on the first turn, whereas Sedimaz, you have to like get it in on the right opponent and then start setting up without getting hit too hard, which you can heal, I guess, but it's not the easiest thing in the world, I guess, right now. So yeah, I'm putting a lot of things into A tier mid, like, I feel like. I might be like, maybe I should like had a null tier, like, divide these a little bit, but I think they're fine. Smolder as well. Smolder is really, really good. I don't think it's quite A tier. Maybe. Again, I don't really use Smolder that much. I might be a little bit harsh with it. I think it's like really high up in B tier though. I think it's really high up in B tier. Maybe A tier, okay. Again, I don't really use it that much. I might be a little bit harsh with it, but Smolder is really, really good. I don't really see that many of them low, to be honest, but then again, I mean, I'm just kind of battling anyone. Not really like competitive players. And same for Terrafly. I think I was a little bit harsh with Terrafly, to be honest, but no, Terrafly and Smolder are both really, really good. Smolder's just a better tank. Terrafly can tank some things, also has a good speed tier, and nukes things. Like, especially like against right now for Eclipse, you throw it out against this Eclipse, you're gonna click Parasitize, they're also gonna want to switch, or to also, like, I guess, energy stall you with Scapegoat. But I don't actually know if Terrafly runs a little bit more speed than what Eclipse does. So I mean, it basically gets a free Parasitize onto something that comes in. It's just like easy, especially like also with Vesperati in the meta game, Luminami in the meta game. Like, it does a lot of damage. Also, it has to watch out for like some things like Ferroglyph and Sorcha, like a lot, but they can't swap into it freely, otherwise it's gonna take a Parasitize to the face. So yeah, and actually seeing IE's one as well is like, I wanted to put it higher in this one because it does so much damage. Like, you don't really see it, and it gets Babs. So you basically get Babs up. You have Provoke to also stop Obsidian from setting up on you. So basically you're forcing Obsidian to go to sleep because also it's poisoned. So you can provoke it. You have Babs, and you do a lot of damage. I mean, yeah, you can't heal like Smolder, but you don't really need to. So yeah, it's really, really good. Avatros, I think I'm gonna do next, which I think is also B tier, to be honest. There's a lot of things going into B. I feel like I'm being a little bit. I feel like I need another tier, to be honest, but I think this might be fine. Also, I want to put Cinemoth in this tier as well, but I'm gonna leave it top A for now, or top E for now. I think Avatros is also really, really good. I mean, again, it's like one of the only air types in the meta game that is great. Sorry, Cinemoth, okay. But it just does a lot of damage. You've got Nosedive, does a lot of damage. You got Thunderstrike to deal with like Luminami for Ventation. Like, also, Ventation can probably tank it, but it doesn't really want to swap into it, obviously, just for free damage. So yeah, and also for like Zulongs. For mine, I run Body Slam, so like if people do run Zulong, I can beat Zulongs. So yeah, I think it's really, really good. So I'm gonna put in like B. What do I want to do next? I think I'm gonna do Eruptidon next. I think Eruptidon is also a B, like fairly high in B low. Again, it's quick, good speed tier, it's faster than Nikazune, it nukes. What else do you really want it to do? Okay, maybe Earth Power, but that'll be nice. But eventually, okay, eventually. But yeah, Eruptidon is just great. Also, has to deal with like the other fire types like Krakaloa and Ikazune, but it has Mud Spatter, and it also outspeeds Ikazune, so Ikazune isn't really a problem. So yeah, but still a really, really solid Loomian. I definitely put it up here. As you can tell, for my all tier list, I think I put most of the Loomians on like C and below. In this tier list, I'm putting like most of them in B and above, to be honest. Again, probably need another tier, to be honest, in the middle of these, but it's fine, okay, it's fine. Okay then, Florant. I think Florence is actually really good. Personally, I don't really like using Florence on my team, but Florence is really, really good still. It's again, I don't think it's as good as Smolder and Terrafly, but it's still really good. If it's either a very low B, or not a very low B, like a low B, or like a very high C. So I've got a card as well, which is nasty. Along that low, we've got Chautiki. I'm going to put Chautiki in B as well, but I don't really know. I'm leaning towards like putting it high in C. I think Chautiki is a B, to be honest, but I'm putting a lot of things into B, so I'm like kind of like second guessing myself. Chautiki is great. It's a plant type, it's a fire type. It can hit things pretty hard. It can deal with like Luminami. It has Provoke, so it can like, I guess, stop Obsidian from setting up, or it doesn't really want to stay in on it. I think it's like again a low B, a low B. Dragoon right now, I think is like a C. It doesn't really do a lot. Honestly, maybe even D, but I'm gonna say low C, a low C. Dragoon is gonna be nasty, nasty. Maybe in the Sephiroth update, like I said, just because I have all the changes listed doesn't mean it's gonna be like it's going to take effects like in the next update. Might take a while, but yeah, with the ability thief change, it's going to be nasty. This is going to like shoot up to like S or A, maybe S plus, because it's like it's going to be stupidly good. Isogul, I'm going to put down in D. Like, yeah, it can tank a couple of things, that's really all it does. It doesn't really do that much damage. I just think it's right now like a worse Simba. Bane of Hastelow would be great on it, but we don't really have it right now. Which actually, I should put Pyramid on this list, because Pyramid is pretty good. Also, Propay would be S plus as well. Pyramid actually isn't that bad though, also for like Bane of Haste and like doubles and 2v2s, but if it's only going to work in like 2v2s and doubles, it's not really like that great. This is most like for a singles, I guess, like tier list, to be honest. Gobademic, I'm gonna put okay, let me think about this one. I want to put it in B, but I feel like it's like a high C, to be honest. Like, it is the quickest Loomian in the game, and it can put things to sleep, and it has health gift, but it's mostly good filling like a support role, which I feel like you don't really need that much of, to be honest. So I'm gonna put it in here. Plus, also like the only thing that you really need it to outspeed is Zulong, which again, not too many people are bringing Zulong, so I don't know. It doesn't really do a lot of damage. You just basically put stuff to sleep, and that's it. It doesn't really do anything to them. It's just annoying, to be honest. But again, good in doubles and 2v2s. Because also if you have like something like I don't know, like something that hits super hard, like a Urusol or a Borok. I mean, yeah, that's actually great because you're minimizing the damage from lows. So it's good in doubles, but for singles, I don't think it's that great. It basically puts stuff to sleep, and it doesn't really do anything to them, except from like Lumen Army or super effective hits. So I'm gonna put it fairly low. Revenine, I'm going to put like pretty high in C as well. I think Revenine is great. I actually love using Revenine. It's so great to run. Fire typing and spirit typing is pretty good. Again though, there's a lot of fire types that just do a lot as well. I mean, I'm like right here, like if I put it in here, it's like, I don't know. I think it could be B tier, but I'm going to put it in C again, because I'm putting a lot of things into B tier, to be honest. But yeah, Rifton just hits a lot harder than it. What's this thing called? Chartika tanks a lot harder than it. Ikazune also hits super hard. Also, I feel like the one thing that puts Ikazune above Erupton, since Erupton I think nukes harder with its secret ability, is the fact that Ikazune has electric and flash and flee, whereas Eruptodon only has fire breath to nuke and just Mudsplatter's like coverage, I guess, or Earthquake if you want to run Earthquake, but I think Mudsplatter's is better in my opinion. So yeah, whereas Revenant is still really good. I mean, it's the quickest fire type in the game right now, but I mean, you can set up and you have a temper boost, so maybe it is B, but I'm going to put it in C for now, okay? I'm going to put it very high C. Other than that, we have Krakalo as our last Loomian, and like again, another tanky one. I'm going to put it also in C, although I think these two could easily be B, but again, because I'm putting so many things into B, I'm going to put it in C because I'm second guessing myself now, but I'm going to put these both very top C or like into the B. So I'm going to put those there for now though. But that is basically what I think all of the Loomians fit into right now. Again, I'm going to mention it again, okay? I don't use a lot of these Loomians anymore. Although I have used all of them now at least once, although maybe like some of the sets like the Terrafly set that I use is kind of meh. Because I don't run any speed on it, where you probably should. But yeah, I think this is like, for me personally, to say that I don't really see that many Loomians, like it's very like Urusol, Eclipse, Luminami, Obsidian, and Vesperatu right now, to be honest, and Borok on most teams. Don't really see that much diversity right now, but I think this is like, for me, I think I'm happy with this. Wiki, I mean, it could be good, but I don't really see it. I mean, everyone that runs that wants to run Wiki, usually will probably just want to run Florence, to be honest, but yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's where I'm happy. The only thing I want to do is I'm going to put Cinemoth in D tier, okay? So I think that would make me pretty happy with this tier list, okay? So again, I think the S plus and S is like perfect also. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to argue with me with that. Maybe one more thing could go into it, but I think that's fine. But I think that's where we're going to leave it off. So that is my tier list. So again, them in the comments down below. I'll actually leave the link for the website in the link in the description or the comments. So if you want to go do your own, send me a tweet, I guess, with it. But this is my opinions right now. Again, a lot of this is, I guess, could be like opinion based. Like if I don't see a Loomian for a long time, I'm like, okay, well, if no one's really using it, there's also like a better alternative to use for it. But yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave it off then, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. But like I said, don't bully me too hard, okay, just because I put your favorite Loomian Valkyrie down in D tier. Personally, I don't think it's really that great. I might be a little bit harsh with it, like maybe a low C tier, okay? Maybe a low C tier, okay? If I do that, are you happy now? Okay, I'll actually... Yeah, I mean, it's better than all of these, I guess. So I think, yeah, it probably would go in C. So yeah, I think Valkyrie Low is the worst starter to use right now. Now, honestly, Himber, I might be a little bit harsh with. Himber could actually be B. I'm just being a bit harsh with it, because I don't really see it that much. So yeah. Anyway, Low, I think that's where I'm going to leave it off. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.